Tucked away in Korea's beautiful countryside, Seowon are peaceful places of learning. These Neo-Confucian schools show us Korea's rich history and culture. Seowon, meaning Shrine of Learning, were busy centers for studying and philosophical discussions. Imagine quiet gardens with lotus ponds and bamboo groves, where scholars talked under old trees. In these halls, Neo-Confucianism shaped the morals, society, and politics of Joseon Korea. Their influence went far beyond the classroom, touching every part of Korean society. To understand Seowon is to take a trip through Korean history, following the development of Neo-Confucianism. From simple beginnings to famous centers of learning, Seowon saw the ups and downs of Korean intellectual life. Every building, courtyard, and garden showed Confucian values of order, balance, and respect for nature. The legacy of Seowon lives on in the love of learning and the lasting impact of Confucianism in Korea today. Join us as we discover the secrets of Seowon, exploring their beginnings, influence, and lasting legacy. The Joseon dynasty, which began in 1392, adopted Neo-Confucianism as its main belief system. Seowon became places for studying and spreading Neo-Confucian ideas. Early Seowon were built by important scholars looking for peace in nature and knowledge. The first Seowon, Sosu Seowon, built in 1542 by Ju Se-bung, became a model for later schools. Surrounded by mountains and streams, Seowon were perfect for thinking and studying. Over time, Seowon grew into large, well-supported schools, attracting scholars from all over the country. The Joseon rulers saw how important Seowon were for creating a moral and educated elite. Royal support helped Seowon thrive, bringing in smart scholars and improving their reputation. They studied Confucian classics, focusing on moral philosophy, history, literature, and calligraphy. Students studied hard, memorizing texts, joining debates, and writing essays. Life at a Seowon was very organized, with strict rules for behavior, clothing, and daily routines. Seowon were lively intellectual communities, where scholars had exciting discussions and shared ideas. This sharing of knowledge created a dynamic intellectual atmosphere, pushing the limits of Neo-Confucian thought. Seowon played a key role in protecting and passing down Korean culture and traditions. They had big libraries, saving Korea's intellectual history for future generations. Life at a Seowon wasn't just about studying. Scholars also enjoyed the natural surroundings. The peaceful landscapes offered a nice break from the hard work of studying. Inside Seowon, education was a journey of self-improvement, guided by the Confucian idea of becoming a wise person. The goal was to raise people of good character, who could live moral lives and help society. Education was seen as a lifelong journey, a constant process of getting better. Students were encouraged to look inward, think about their thoughts and actions, and try to be the best they could be. The curriculum encouraged intelligence, honesty, ethical behavior, and social responsibility. Seowon shaped young minds into future leaders, filled with wisdom and virtue. At the center of the Seowon curriculum were the Confucian classics, the base of Neo-Confucian thought. Students spent many hours mastering these texts, memorizing verses and having debates. The 4 books and 5 classics were the core of their studies, exploring basic Confucian principles. Through these classics, students gained a deep understanding of Confucian philosophy, ethics, and history. They learned about the great lives of Confucian sages and what they did for civilization. The classics served as moral guides and sources of inspiration, teaching virtue and social harmony. Besides texts, Seowon life focused on rituals to teach discipline, respect, and order. Daily life was very structured, with rituals for everything, from waking up to eating. Morning rituals included showing respect to Confucius and other important scholars at a shrine. Mealtimes were ritualized, showing how important order and respect were in everyday life. These rituals reminded students of Confucian values and principles. By doing them over and over, students learned Confucian ethics, changing how they acted and developing inner virtue. Lively debates and discussions gave students a chance to test their understanding and improve their critical thinking skills. Debates followed a set format, with students giving arguments and counter-arguments based on Confucian texts. These debates encouraged intellectual curiosity and helped students think critically and independently. Discussions were informal meetings where students and teachers talked freely about different topics. These talks gave them chances to explore different viewpoints and understand the world better. Seowon were carefully designed spaces that showed Neo-Confucian principles. Everything, from the layout to the materials, reflected Confucian values of order, balance, and harmony. The architecture itself taught lessons, reinforcing the philosophical ideas behind Seowon education. The layout followed a hierarchical structure, with important buildings on the highest ground. Symmetry and balance were key design principles, creating a sense of order and peace. The use of natural materials increased harmony with nature, a main idea in Neo-Confucian thought. Seowon gardens were important parts of the school, designed to inspire thought and offer peace. These gardens, based on classical landscape painting, created a feeling of tranquility and harmony with nature. Winding paths invited students to walk, observe, and reflect. Ponds symbolized purity and enlightenment, while bamboo groves represented resilience and integrity. The gardens were like outdoor classrooms, where students could connect with nature and think about Confucian teachings. Seowon buildings, made of strong wood and stone, are lasting symbols of Korea's intellectual heritage. Even though they declined sometimes, many Seowon have been carefully restored, showing us what life was like long ago. The architectural style of Seowon has had a lasting impact on Korean architecture. Seowon are real connections to Korea's Confucian past, reminding us of the lasting legacy of Neo-Confucianism. They show the power of education and the importance of moral development. Seowon played a key role in shaping the morals and ethics of Joseon Korea. Graduates of Seowon, well-versed in Confucian ethics, held important positions in the government and local communities. The Confucian principles of righteousness, benevolence, propriety, and wisdom influenced decision-making at all levels. Officials were expected to rule with fairness and compassion, putting the people's well-being first. Seowon were centers for spreading Confucian values to everyone. Scholars interacted with local communities, giving lectures on moral principles and offering guidance on ethics and conduct. A core idea in Neo-Confucianism was social harmony, which depended on proper behavior in different roles within society. Seowon emphasized the 5 key relationships: ruler and subject, parent and child, husband and wife, older and younger, and friend and friend. These relationships were seen as the building blocks of a harmonious society. Filial piety, respecting and obeying parents and elders, was the foundation of Confucian ethics. It was considered essential for maintaining social order and harmony. Seowon promoted the Confucian virtues of humility, modesty, and self-reflection. These virtues were taught through rigorous study and disciplined practice. Students were encouraged to be humble, see their flaws, and strive for continuous self-improvement. They were taught to reflect on their actions and thoughts regularly. This focus on personal virtue helped create a society where people were self-aware, responsible for their actions, and committed to the greater good of the community. The cultural and philosophical impact of Seowon is still felt in Korean society today. The love of learning and moral development nurtured within these academies is a deep part of the Korean spirit. Seowon, with their peaceful beauty and historical importance, remind us of Korea's rich Confucian heritage. Recently, there's been a renewed interest in Seowon, both in Korea and around the world. Seowon have inspired a revival of traditional Korean arts and culture, showing a growing appreciation for Korea's Confucian heritage. As our journey through the quiet courtyards and sacred halls of Seowon ends, we're impressed by their lasting legacy as protectors of Korean heritage. These spaces, steeped in history, tell stories of a time when education was revered and knowledge was a sacred pursuit. These schools, once lively centers of Neo-Confucian learning, now remind us of a time when learning and moral development were most important. Their quiet beauty, carefully preserved architecture, and the echoes of scholarly discussions that once filled these halls, and the spirit of scholarship that fills their walls, offer a glimpse into a rich and complex past. The inscriptions on the walls, the meticulous design of the interiors, all speak volumes about the dedication to education and moral integrity. Seowon are still important to the Korean spirit. They serve as living museums where people can connect with their roots and understand the values that have shaped their society. They are real connections to a time when Korea, during the Joseon dynasty, followed Neo-Confucianism as its main philosophy, shaping its social structure, government, and the morals of its people. This philosophy emphasized the importance of education, ethical behavior, and social harmony. The values taught in these schools, respecting elders, filial piety, social harmony, and lifelong learning, have greatly impacted Korean society, influencing its cultural values and shaping its national identity. These principles continue to resonate in modern Korea, guiding behavior and societal norms. The grand architecture of Seowon, with its harmonious mix of buildings and nature, reflects the Confucian ideal of balance and order in everything. The peaceful gardens, often with quiet ponds, graceful bamboo groves, and carefully placed rocks, encourage thought and reflection, reminding us to seek harmony with nature and within ourselves. These elements are not just aesthetic choices, but are deeply symbolic, representing the philosophical underpinnings of Neo-Confucian thought. These schools, with their focus on self-improvement, ethical behavior, and the pursuit of knowledge, offer valuable lessons for our modern world, where the pursuit of money often overshadows inner peace and social responsibility. In a fast-paced, ever-changing world, the timeless wisdom of Seowon reminds us of the enduring importance of character and learning. Today, Seowon are more than just former centers of Neo-Confucian learning. They are living legacies that continue to breathe life into Korean culture and history. They are treasured cultural landmarks, attracting visitors from all over the world who want to experience their peaceful beauty and historical importance. The serene environment of Seowon offers a unique escape from the hustle and bustle of modern life. Many of these schools have been carefully restored. Their decorated wooden structures, detailed carvings, and intricate designs showcasing the skill and artistry of Joseon-era craftsmen. The colorful murals, often depicting scenes from nature and Confucian teachings, further highlight the dedication and talent of the artisans who created them. Besides their beautiful architecture, Seowon are lively cultural spaces, hosting traditional music performances, tea ceremonies, calligraphy exhibitions, and martial arts demonstrations. These activities breathe new life into old traditions, ensuring that they are passed down to future generations. The vibrant cultural events held at Seowon offer a glimpse into the richness of Korean culture, showing the lasting impact of Confucianism on the arts and daily life. These events not only entertain but also educate visitors about the deep-rooted traditions of Korea. The influence of Confucianism is evident in the traditional Korean art and calligraphy practiced at Seowon, showing the lasting impact of these teachings on the arts. Additionally, Seowon have become important centers for academic research and cultural exchange, attracting scholars and students from around the world who come to study Korean history, philosophy, and art. These academic pursuits help to keep the spirit of Seowon alive, fostering a deeper understanding of Korean culture and its global significance. The discussions and classes held here are a testament to the enduring relevance of Confucian education. These schools, once quiet places for Confucian scholars, are now vibrant hubs of learning and cultural exchange, helping people from different cultures understand each other and promoting dialogue between East and West. These interactions foster mutual respect and understanding, bridging cultural gaps and creating a more connected world. As we leave these peaceful places of learning, we deeply appreciate the lasting legacy of Seowon, not just as keepers of Korean history and culture, but as living proof of the power of education, the search for wisdom, and the human desire for meaning and purpose in a world that is constantly changing. The serene beauty and timeless wisdom of Seowon continue to inspire all who visit. May their quiet beauty and timeless wisdom continue to inspire future generations, reminding us of the enduring value of knowledge and cultural heritage. The legacy of Seowon is a testament to the enduring power of education and the human spirit. May their quiet beauty and timeless wisdom continue to inspire future generations.